Democrats on the House Oversight Committee say they will not stop until they identify everyone complicit, they say, in Epstein's heinous crimes.
It's pretty sick what that man did.
Oh, girl, the new Epstein list just dropped and the internet is losing it. Elon's name is floating around and suddenly everyone's pretending not to notice.
Or pretending, because half these lists end up being recycled nonsense. I'll believe it when I see the receipts.
But that's the trick, sis. Every time Epstein's files leak, the same circles pop up. Hollywood power players, politicians, billionaires, and every time, the machine scrambles to spin it quiet.
Shout out to our newest subscriber, Margaret Porter. Welcome to the tea table.
Stick around, because if these names are real, the cover-ups are louder than ever. Let's get straight into it. House Democrats just dropped a fresh batch of Epstein schedules. Official records from 2014 through 2019.
Official sounds scary. What's in there? Shopping lists and yoga reminders?
Try spicier. One entry literally said, Elon Musk to island December 6th. That's not a yoga class, that's a receipt. And Elon's not alone. Peter Thiel, Bill Gates, Steve Bannon, like a billionaire yearbook signed by the machine itself.
Now that's a messy reunion special. Imagine Epstein flipping through his planner. Oh, who's coming this week? Just half the Fortune 500.
Exactly. Epstein wasn't just a social butterfly. He was building leverage. Every reminder, every flight, every note was a way to keep score.
So you're saying the dude was less finance guy and more walking insurance policy?
Got him!
Bingo! Write a name down, make a connection, and suddenly you've got influence nobody dares question.
Or maybe it's all smoke. People schedule meetings all the time that never happen.
True, but smoke doesn't keep coming from the same fire. These leaks keep circling the same group of power players. The odds of that being random, slim to none.
Okay, but if this is really the power map, then we're only looking at page 1.
And that's the cliffhanger. This isn't just names in a planner. It's a network designed to stay untouchable. When the new batch of Epstein documents hit the internet, it wasn't a leak. It was a detonation. Names, dates, private flights.
And yet somehow, only one name trends. Elon Musk, everywhere, wall-to-wall memes. Everybody else, poof.
Exactly. This isn't just reporting, it's curation. Somebody decides which names you're allowed to be mad at and which names you'll never hear.
So Elon's the decoy? Let Twitter go nuts while the real heavyweights walk away untouched.
That's the trick. Headlines keep you busy with the celebrity. Silence shields the power players, bankers, politicians, the people with real leverage.
And the victims get lost in the noise. This whole thing started as a story about abuse and exploitation. Now it's just a circus about which billionaire was on which plane.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Right. Outrage hijacked. Instead of accountability, we're stuck in a game of celebrity whack-a-mole.
So what's next, sis? Because if the list keeps dripping out like this, the public's going to think they've seen everything when they've only been shown the safe pieces.
And that's where the real story hides. The unreported names, the sealed deals, the people who paid to stay invisible.
I got you, homie.
Here's where it gets dark, sis. The public thinks the Epstein list is one big PDF. But what you've been allowed to see is the appetizer.
Like a Netflix show dropping trailers but never the full season.
Exactly. Senators, CEOs, royals, buried under redactions, gag orders, sealed settlements. And when a name does leak, Watch how fast the rinse cycle spins. Serious allegations become no wrongdoing before the story even breathes.
Dirty name in, squeaky clean out.
That's not cleanup, that's leverage. Epstein's entire operation functioned like a blackmail bank. Get the rich and powerful compromised, then hold the receipts.
And when the bank collapses, those receipts don't disappear. They just change hands.
Right. That's why the drip feed is so controlled. The system isn't protecting victims, it's protecting itself.
And the media plays along, because some of those names sit on the same boards that cut the checks.
Exactly. Flood the zone with one or two acceptable villains while the rest of the iceberg sinks out of view.
So the real story isn't the list we've seen, it's the list we'll never see.
And that's the most chilling part.
Americans have lost a lot of trust in institutions, and I think there's been a lot of discussion, especially online and especially with young people. How do we rebuild that trust?
Okay, sis, time to pull the camera back. Epstein may be gone, but the machine he built, still humming. Offshore networks, shell companies, shadow foundations, the same web of influence without the man whose name made it obvious.
Like a spider losing one leg but still spinning webs.
Exactly. Powerful people use private jets, private banks, and private islands to create zones of immunity. NDAs, sealed settlements, offshore accounts, a pipeline of influence money. Epstein's files aren't just dirt. They're a map of how the elite protects itself.
So basically, Epstein wasn't the machine. He was just a mechanic.
Bingo! And mechanics are replaceable. That's why every time new documents drop, the internet freaks out for a day and then it goes quiet.
But the leaks keep coming anyway. Court motions, unsealed logs, stray emails. It's like the dam's got cracks all over it.
And that's what makes this moment different. For the first time, you're seeing names from tech, finance, and entertainment all cross the same paper trail.
So where does that leave us? If the machine's still running and the mechanic's gone, who's maintaining it now?
That's the million-dollar question. Hidden behind the noise are offshore trusts and shell companies holding untold amounts of leverage. War chests for narrative control.
And as long as those war chests exist, the victims stay buried under legal fees and gag orders.
Exactly. This isn't a conspiracy theory. It's a business model. Control the money, control the secrets, control the story. So here's the bottom line. The Epstein files aren't just about one man. They're about a machine that thrives on silence, survives on secrets, and keeps rewriting the story so the real players never face the spotlight.
And if history keeps repeating, those cracks in the dam are only going to get wider.
The question is, will silence still hold when the machine cracks?
And as always, stay hydrated.